Hello, my friends, and welcome to Yoga by the Moon. My name is Michelle, and I'm here to guide you through a first quarter moon practice for the first quarter moon of August 19th of 2026. First quarter moons are when we start to take action on the seeds of intention that we planted with the new moon. We start to make our way forward and progress in those goals and those dreams. It's an actionable state. It's a time of momentum. This particular first quarter moon takes place in the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is a very deep, self-reflective, mysterious water sign. And so what Scorpio is asking of us in the first quarter moon is for us to really dig deep, to kind of look at those inner truths, like those hidden inner truths and those inner thoughts, to really break through any obstacles that are holding us back from that forward momentum so we can make real, true, meaningful progress on those goals. Now, the seeds of intention that we planted with the new moon were in the sign of Leo, and we're still in Leo season. And so with Leo, if we can make that meaningful progress with that energy of Scorpio, Leo will really allow our hearts to shine forward so that we can be confident and radiant and really lead the way into the path of authenticity and true self-alignment. So that's what Leo asks of us with this first quarter moon. So to begin our movement practice, we're just going to begin seated on the mat, and now guide us through our breath work for the day. Now, I know that this is a forward-moving, momentum-driven practice, but the breath work we're going to do today is called Chandra Bedana, which literally means moon cooling breath. And what this breath work does is it down-regulates our nervous system to really calm us with the cooling, calm energy of the moon. So we really draw in the moon directly with this breath work. But it also allows us that deep introspection that Scorpio asks of us so that we can really connect to ourselves to really break through those blockages. And in order to do this breath work, just like I said, find yourself in a comfortable seat. And this is a very simple breath work. You're just going to take your right index finger and you're going to seal off your right nostril. And all we do is inhale and exhale out the left nostril. We'll do 8 rounds of breath together, slow, nice breathing in and out the left nostril, and this will be our moon cooling breath. When you're ready to begin, inhale left nostril, and exhale. In and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. 3 more. In, out. In, out. Last one. In. Last one out. Now release that right nostril. Allow your breath to return to its normal cycle using both nostrils and arrive in our space so we can begin some movement. Now we're going to bring the soles of our feet together to touch like you're standing on the bottom of each foot. Bring the soles of your feet together in front of you, creating this sort of diamond with your legs in front of you. Now you can bring your heels really close, or you can have them out really, really far, wherever feels comfortable and right for you. But the goal here is just to kind of loosen through those hips where we have some of those blockages so that we can release those and find the way forward. And the best way to do that is if you clasp your hands together like this, right around your feet, around your toes, and pull your chest forward. and lean a little far forward. And you'll feel that pull in those inner thighs and that stretch, that nice deep release here in butterfly pose. And long deep exhales will help you release even further to clear through those blockages with that energy of Scorpio. Inhale. On an exhale, rise back up to center, releasing those feet. And then we're going to stretch our legs out wide in front of us, creating a V. Now they may be really, really wide. They may be very, very narrow for you. Wherever is comfortable, where you can still kind of sit nice and tall. We're going to inhale deep, lifting our chest to the sky. On an exhale, you're going to take your left hand, slide it down that left leg towards your left foot. Maybe you can grab those left toes or the left sole of your foot and reach your right arm up and over to the left side in a nice side body stretch here in this wide-legged variation. Please keep that right leg grounded, that right hip grounded into the earth. Don't lean so far forward that your hip lifts off. With every exhale, try to reach a little farther over to the left with that right hand, even if it's just an imagined reach. One more breath in. On an exhale, come back on up to center. Inhale deep, lifting that chest to the sky. Exhale, slide that right hand down that right leg. Maybe grab those right toes or the right sole of your foot as your left arm comes up and over to the right side. Side body stretch on the other side. Keeping that left hip grounded into the mat. Breathing deep. Releasing with every exhale. One more breath in. On an exhale, come back on up to center. Inhale deep, chest lifted. Exhale, this time just crawl those hands forward as far forward as you can go. With your legs stretched wide, it can be very hard to forward fold very deeply at all. So if you need like a pillow or a block to kind of rest your chest on to feel a little better, you can. Or you can just really prop yourself up with your arms and your hands here as you forward fold. Releasing to find that way forward. With every exhale, maybe you can release a little bit more, folding a little bit more deeply. One more breath in. On an exhale, crawl those hands back up to center. And then make your way, however is comfortable for you, to hands and knees position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Nice flat back and neutral neck. Tabletop position. Inhale, bring that belly towards the floor as you look up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, round that spine towards the ceiling as you look towards the floor. Take a few rounds of cat and cow in your own variation, your own way, your own time, your own breath. Do what feels good to you. Use that energy of Leo to really captivate your own authenticity here in this posture. One more round wherever you are. On an inhale, come back to a neutral tabletop and curl those toes under. And then as you exhale, lift those hips to the sky in our first downward facing dog of the practice. Go ahead and pedal those heels, bending one knee and then the other to stretch through the back of those legs. And then as you're ready, find stillness. Your head looking towards your fingers. Inhale that right leg to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Bring that right foot between your hands. Spin your back left heel towards the back right corner of the mat and plant the sole of that foot as you bend into your right knee. Right arm comes forward, left arm comes back. Warrior two position. Looking forward to that pathway forward. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand down to the back of your left thigh as you reach your right arm up and back in reverse warrior. 3 more times, we're going to flow like that. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale back to warrior two just for a moment. And then reach that left arm forward, shifting your weight into that right foot. And then as you're ready, launch off that left foot. If you follow your yoga mat, will catch you into warrior three. Hold here just for a breath. On an exhale, bring that right foot to meet the left and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands and fold. Step your right foot back, followed by the left. Plank, shift your weight forward. Bend at the elbows, chaturanga. Press on up to upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes to the sky. Exhale, as many steps as you need to get there. Left foot comes between the hands. Spin your right heel to the back left corner of the mat and plant the sole of that foot, bending into that left knee. Left arm forward, right arm back. Warrior two. Once again, looking forward to that path of newness ahead with the energy of that first quarter moon. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Left arm up, back, up and back in reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, come back to warrior two for a minute and bring that right arm forward, shifting your weight into that left leg. As you're ready, lift your right leg off the floor, launching forward into that forward momentum of the first quarter moon. Inhale one more time. Exhale, right foot meets the left. Forward fold. Bend your knees pretty generously and slide your hands underneath your feet. Here in a gorilla forward fold, bringing your heart to your thighs so we can really tune in with that energy of Scorpio to find all those blockages and release them. One more breath in here. On an exhale, release your hands from under your feet and then slowly rise all the way up, sweeping those arms up overhead, clasping them together in prayer. Exhale as they come down through heart center. Take a moment. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see me a little better for these next couple postures. But take a moment with those hands at your heart center to use that energy of Scorpio to tune in, lifting that chest to the sky with the energy of Leo to shine our hearts forward, taking this moment to allow the path of alignment and authenticity to be illuminated for us. One more breath in here. On an exhale, kind of thriller arms, your arms in front of you, zombie arms with your arms out, stretched. And then we're going to bring our right arm on top of our left as we make an X with our arms in front of us. And then bend at the elbows to bring the back of the palms together in front of your face. Maybe you wish to once again Wind your arms a little bit more to clasp the palms of your hands together in front of your face. Maybe you wish to just keep the back of the hands together. That is fine, either way. Now, right arm is on top, so left leg will come on top. So shift your weight into that right leg and cross your left leg over the right, sinking your hips back into eagle pose. This pose calls in all of our energy inward with that energy of Scorpio, giving us that focus for the forward momentum of the first quarter moon. One more deep breath in here. On an exhale, unwind those arms, uncross those legs. Sweep your arms up overhead. Hands are heart center. Take a moment, maybe shake those legs out. Shifting that balance and having all that crossing energy can really tighten those legs. Take a moment. Inhale, thriller arm those arms back in front of you once again. And this time cross your arms with your left arm on top. Bend at the elbows to bring the back of those hands together. Or you can twist your hands around one more time to bring the palms of your hands together in front of your face. Keeping your elbows nice and lifted at shoulder height. Shift your weight into that left leg and cross your right leg over on top as you sink back into those hips. Eagle pose. Calling all that energy in. Scorpio. Tuning in. Connecting to ourselves so we can really shine forward. Move forward with true, meaningful authenticity and growth. One more breath in here. Exhale, uncross those legs, uncross those arms. Sweep your arms up overhead. Bring your hands back to heart center once again. Once again, shake those legs out if you need to. Find your breath, find yourself, find your rhythm. And as you're ready, we're gonna step our feet out wide, toes pointed out, heels in. Inhale, arms up, cactus your arms out to the side like a goalpost. Inhale, deeply lifting that heart up with the energy of Leo. And exhale, sinking down into those hips in goddess pose. Truly a heart shining forth pose, calling in the energy of the goddess and the sun. Breathing deeply with that energy of Leo to shine ourselves forward. Inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. And we're gonna bring our right hand towards our left foot and our left hand towards our right foot here in spider goddess pose. This brings all of our energy inwards. This variation of goddess calls everything towards our heart center so we can be reflective with that energy of Scorpio, but calling everything into our heart with that energy of Leo so we can really make the way forward with that path of the first quarter moon truly illuminated and shine forward for us. One more inhale here. On an exhale, heel toe your feet slightly under your hips. Sink those hips down deep. Sitting close to the earth, but not all the way down. Bringing those hands to prayer in front of your heart, using those elbows to prop open those hips. Once again, releasing in the hips so that those blockages and obstacles we mentioned earlier today can be released. Since we store so much energy in our hips that hasn't moved through us yet, this allows that energy to move through, connecting with that energy of Scorpio to really release and allow the way forward to be truly illuminated for us. One more breath in here. On an exhale, simply sit down on your bum, feet planted in front of you, knees bent. Keep your heart lifted, arms raised forward, parallel to the ceiling or the floor. Lean back and lift your legs off the mat here in boat pose. Strong heart forward posture with the energy of Leo, that fiery energy of Leo, allowing us to give have that energy to move forward with the first quarter moon. One more breath in here. On an exhale, lay down. Keeping those feet planted for just a moment. And then we're gonna inhale our head, neck, and shoulders off the mat into a crunch posture, keeping your hands behind your head, elbows out. Inhale, we're gonna bend our right knee towards our left elbow and straighten our left leg. Exhale, straighten the right leg, bend the left knee in towards the right elbow. Inhale, exhale, right, left, right, left. Two more each way. This fiery bicycle posture allows us to really tap into that inner fire with Scorpio and the fire of Leo all at once to give us that energy and momentum. Inhale, exhale. Hug those knees into your chest just for a moment. And breathe. And now we're gonna do what I call the yogi pancake and simply flip forward onto our bellies. You're gonna bring your elbows under your shoulders and plant the palms of your hands down onto the mat as you lift your chest and heart forward, looking ahead with the energy of the first quarter moon, shining radiant with the energy of Leo. One more deep breath in here. On an exhale, we're gonna bring one palm on top of the other. Rest your forehead on your palms. Maybe wiggle those hips back and forth just for a moment. Inhale deeply. Exhale as you slide that left knee towards your left elbow, kind of creating the side of a rectangle, if you will, with your leg. Here in half frog. Once again, releasing in those hips, connecting deeply with the energy of Scorpio now. After shining our heart forward and honing in that fire, we're going to call in Scorpio once again to cool that. One more breath in here. On an exhale, straighten that left leg down. Wiggle those hips back and forth once again. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lift that right knee up towards your right elbow. Reclining on the mat in half frog. Gently releasing in that right hip now. One more deep breath in. On a deep breath out, we're going to bring our right sole of our foot back towards the bottom of the mat. Wiggle those hips one more time. And then this time we're going to lift our head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, planting our palms, coming up on our knees, curling those toes. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lift those knees off the mat here in high plank. You're going to take one breath here in plank, and then you're going to bring your left hands towards the center of the mat under your face. Turn over onto the side of that left foot. Raise your right arm to the sky. If it is too difficult to take full side plank, you can drop down to that left knee. This is a perfectly beautiful side plank with the support of your knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring that right hand back down on the mat. And if your knee was down, your left knee was on the mat, lift that off the mat here in high plank once again. Inhale deeply as you bring that right hand underneath your face now. Shifting over towards that outer part of that right foot, opening your left arm to the sky. Once again, you have the option to take the supported side plank with your knee down, right knee down, or you can stay up here in side plank, full side plank with me. One more deep breath in. On an exhale, bring that left hand back down. Lift your chest forward. Nice, strong plank. Inhale, lift those right toes off the mat. Exhale, bring that right shin towards the front of the mat. Crawling that left hip crease back. Now, a lot of people say in pigeon that you should have your shin parallel to the front of the mat. Mine bends pretty significantly into a nice triangle with my hip towards my glute, or my heel towards my glute. And that is a perfectly fine pigeon. Whatever your legs are doing, whatever feels comfortable for you. If you need some pillows to kind of cushion yourself, please do. But keep your heart lifted, your head high, to open that heart with the energy of Leo as we tap into the energy of Scorpio at the same time by opening through that hip. One more deep breath in. Make sure those hands are planted. Curl those left toes under and bring those right toes back to meet the left in plank. Inhale, lift those right toes off the mat. Exhale, bring that right shin towards the front and crawl back on that right hip crease. Once again, keep your chest lifted, using your hands to prop you up, opening your heart with the energy of Leo, shining forward, looking forward to the path ahead with the momentum of the first quarter moon, all while releasing in our hips to really do that deep inner connection with the energy of Scorpio so that we can release any remaining obstacles to the path ahead. One more breath in here. On an exhale, this time sit back into your left hip and simply bring your right leg forward and find your way into a comfortable seat. Whether that's cross-leg position, whether you want to sit up on a block or a pillow, whether you want your legs out straight, however is comfortable for you. Allow yourself to arrive. If it feels safe or comfortable or right to do so, maybe have a soft gaze or close your eyes. But we'll take a few moments as I guide us through the meditation for this first quarter moon. Allow the rhythm of your breathing to become regulated, pulling your inhale through your nose, your throat, your sides, and eventually your belly. As you exhale, let your belly soften back until all the air is out and your body has softened. As we steady the pace of our breathing, we can also steady the rhythm of our minds. With each breath, allow your body to relax more deeply, your mind to clear, your heart to open. Feel yourself becoming more present with every moment. Feel your breath moving through your nostrils, filling you with cool air under this first quarter moon. Let the muscles of your eyes soften and clench your jaw. Drop your tongue from the roof of your mouth and allow your shoulders to fall away from your ears. Relax. Relax. As you settle into this moment, bring your awareness to the first quarter moon. This moon represents a time of action, decision-making, and significant emotional insight. Feel the energy of this moon phase as it encourages you to move forward with your goals and intentions. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, soften deeper into your body and your mind, beginning to turn inward. Now, visualize yourself standing at a crossroads, each path representing a different choice or direction aligned with your intentions. Notice any feelings that arise as you gaze down these paths. Are there any hesitations, excitement, fears? Allow these emotions to surface without judgment, without reaction. Each feeling has a story to tell. Take a moment and listen to what they're trying to communicate. With each breath you take, you can dive deeper into these emotions. What memories or past experiences are they tied to? And instead of reliving these memories, give yourself permission to acknowledge them and the feelings that they invoke. If there is sadness or loss, allow yourself a moment to grieve, to honor those parts of your past. If there is anger or frustration, if there is happiness or joy, allow yourself to sit with these emotions, taking deep breaths as you feel what you need to feel, and then allow them to pass. With each exhale, feel yourself releasing the burden of expectations, both your own and those imposed by others. Embrace the liberation that comes from just being your authentic self, free from the need to conform to who you think you should be, and simply exist in this moment. And now, as you embrace this authenticity, consider the boundaries you may need to establish to protect this genuine expression of yourself. Visualize setting these boundaries gently but firmly, creating a space where you feel safe, valued, and understood. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release any lingering heaviness and begin to refocus on the intentions you set during the new moon. Feel the building blocks of these intentions taking form around you, each block a step closer to what you wish to manifest by the full moon. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, and know that you are moving forward. Now take a few more deep breaths, each one grounding you further into the present moment. With each inhale, draw in strength and clarity, and with each exhale, release any remaining doubts or fears. When you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing movement slowly back to your body. As you feel safe and ready, you may gently open your eyes and return to the room with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. Carry this sense of clarity and focus forward, nurturing your intentions as they grow towards fruition. Thank yourself for taking this time to connect with yourself and the moon's energy during its first quarter phase. And I wish from the bottom of my heart to thank you for joining me in this, my tiny little community in this, my little corner of the internet with this Yoga by the Moon channel. It is always my honor that you show up for yourself and me here in this practice. I can't wait to do the full quarter moon practice with you next. But in the meantime, from my heart to yours, namaste.